Konbanwa, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me as I get ready to fire up Zelda 2 on Nintendo via my via my Game Boy adapter for the GameCube. If anybody's never seen or heard of a Game Boy Advance ST, this is what they look like. Awesome system, one of my favorite systems ever made. And I'm going to say my second favorite handheld behind the original DS. Really hope some people will join me in the chat. I'm also going to do a recap of my last episode of Shop Like a Ninja. So if anybody missed that broadcast, I'm going to go over my shopping tips from that last episode again during this broadcast. So if anybody's not familiar with Zelda 2, it's one of my favorite video games of all time and one of my top games on the original Nintendo. I began playing it back when I was little. How old was I when I began playing this? I was 10 when I first played Zelda 2, and I liked it, but I found it to be a bit too hard. that is a complaint that is commonly made about this game, but this is the thing. And this makes sense, because back when I was age 10, I didn't quite understand this sort of thing. In order for this game's difficulty to... In order for this game to not be overly difficult to the point where it's not fun to play, you have to take the time to power up. Of course, at 10 years old, I didn't quite understand that concept. And I wasn't familiar with that whole role-playing game element. And that is very much a role-playing game element, where you have to power up to be able to fight against certain villains and things of that sort. If anybody knows me at all, they know I love coffee. So that is my drink of choice, usually. I think with the next sword power-up, which I'm trying to get when I leave this dungeon here, I think with the next sword power-up, I actually could kill this creature here with one sword strike. If anybody's wondering what that creature is, I don't know the real name for it, but it's like it is a half human, half bull. So it's kind of like a centaur, or not a centaur, but a minotaur. If anybody's familiar with mythology, they'll recognize what I'm talking about. The head of a bull or an ox and the body of a man. Actually, one of my favorite mythological creatures. Oh, he triple jumped that time. He thinks he's in the Olympics. Come on. Boom. Take that, you poopy pants. One for you too, you poopy butt. See, I called the other one a poopy pants, so I had to call the other Dark Knight a poopy butt. I couldn't be redundant and keep using the same insult. So I had to hit him where it hurt. You know, we all know it means war when that poopy pants or poopy butt insult comes along. Okay, with this one here, with the fast-moving Bubble, that's the name of this enemy. He's called Bubble. The key with him is just be patient. Wait for an opening. And when you see the time is right, go for it. Where you're going to make your mistake is when you try to jump into him when the angle is not right. When he's bouncing at all those diagonal angles like that, you can just feel it, if that makes any sense. You can just tell, you know, you can just feel when the time isn't right. See, even though he was moving slow, I just kind of knew when to do it. You can just tell. If you even have basic skills with timing and with geometry, you can just tell. At any rate. Here we go, here we go, here we go. No, I hit the button and nothing happened. Ah. Dang it. I don't know what happened that time. I guess the controller jammed. It was weird. Or I didn't hit the button hard enough. That could be it too. That might have been my fault actually. Like that was me, 100%. And again, I'm not worried about that because I get all my health and magic back, which is really, really handy. And I actually wanted to kill myself after I finished this palace because I want to save. And I'm playing this on a straight cartridge. This is not on an emulator. When you play a cartridge game, a lot of the time, if it's an older Nintendo cartridge, you can't just save any old place you want. There are a few games where you can do that, I would imagine, but I have not encountered any that I can think of. I don't think I want to go that way. I think I can do this. Oh, here comes the evil Kool-Aid man. Got a bone to pick with you, pal. I want a rematch. There we go. Oh yeah! Oh no. Sorry, Kool-Aid man, not today. Alright. See if I can do it on the little bit of health I have here. Ah, dang it. Wasn't happening. That's okay, though. That's okay, because, again, that's working in my favor. I really, really, really want to save this once I am finished with this level. Of course, what I'm going to do now oh, definitely. My attack power is all. I'm only on the second. I'm only on the second palace, and I've got a 6 attack power, which is really, really good. It's really nice when you have this kind of attacking power, because I am able to completely destroy moderately powerful enemies, actually some really strong ones, with just 1 sword strike, 2. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I think I'm going to hold off on killing myself here because I think I can actually get my life power up a little bit before I do that. Then I can save. I spent plenty of time at Palace 2, but I don't really think enough. I think I should have spent a little more time training and powering up at the Palace. Be careful with these birds. When they hit you, they don't really do a lot of health power damage. They will knock down your experience points by 10 points per hit, if I'm not mistaken. Zelda 2 is fairly generous with power-ups. I mean, it's not the best game with that, but it is good. I'm going to have to say one of the best games I've played with power-ups has got to be Mario 3. A lot of extra lives, a lot of power-ups, things like that. It's a very handy game with things of that sort. That's the Mirror Girl. So, to reiterate Shop Like a Ninja Episode 1, I talked about how I got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and how I got We Happy Me. What did I say that's the name of the game? I can never clearly recall the name of that game. We Happy Few. Okay, it's called We Happy Few. I'll pull it out of my entertainment center there for a second. So anyway, it's called We Happy Few. It's a game by Compulsion Games, which is actually one of my favorite developers. They made Contrast. I have that on my PS4. Love that game. And I bought Cyberpunk 2077, which is an awesome game. I can't broadcast it because it's got a lot of really rated X stuff in it. But it's a really cool game either way. And I got those two games together for $3.97. And they're not brand new games, but they're newer. And then of course Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a fairly new game. It's been out for a year and a half, 2 years. And I got it for free, and this is the way I did it. With Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on Xbox One, I got it for free because I had accumulated points through GameStop's Power Rewards program. Power Pro Rewards program. Keep that in mind. Power Pro Rewards program. Where you can go to their website, and every time you buy any game, new or used, you accumulate points. When you go to their official website, you can go ahead and convert those points over into coupons, which take money off of any purchase of pretty much anything in the store. So I had accumulated enough points off of buying mostly used stuff. And then every month for Pro Reward members, which is the paid membership. Keep that in mind, guys. There's a free membership, there's a paid membership. You have to have the paid membership. When you hear paid, you're going to think, aw, but really it is not that bad, because the paid membership is only $15 per year, but each month of the year you get a coupon of $5 for any purchase in the store. Now, the coupon does not build and roll over each month. So in other words, if you don't use the coupon for 3 months, you don't get $15 worth of coupon. It resets to $5 at the end of each month. So you have to use it before the end of the month. So I'm a Pro Rewards member. I got the $5 coupon, and I had all those points accumulated from purchasing used games and accessories and things like that. And I ended up gathering enough money through doing that to get Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for free. And then I did the same thing with We Happy Few and Cyberpunk 2077. Keep in mind, these are on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, so, you know, newer systems, newer games, and I got both those games for a combined total of $3.97. And the way I did that is I used points that I had earned from purchasing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and then I had the monthly $5 coupon, and it dropped my purchase total down to, you know, a mere $3.97. So how do I come upon all these deals? Where do I hear of them at? You know, or how do I find them? Well, that's where the title of this, you know, shopping advice broadcast comes in. I think like a ninja. I ask a lot of questions. I gather information. I talk to the right people. I basically hunt around. So you gotta watch these guys here. Talking about the game, of course. You gotta watch them. They hit hard. They're nasty. Those alligator men, you gotta really keep an eye on them. They can be very difficult. Anyway, so I ask a lot of questions. I look around online, but be careful with what sources you get for that. I mean, the internet is the internet is the internet. You cannot believe a lot of what you read or see on there. Not much different than real life, actually, if you think about it. So, just like in real life, watch your sources. Make sure you're getting this stuff from a reliable source. I advise getting coupons and discounts and advice on that kind of thing from realtors and from the store that's offering the bargain. So in other words, if it's Macy's saying, hey, this is the deal we're offering you, you can trust that. And if they don't want to honor your deal, take a picture or a screen capture of the deal and they will have to honor it. You can just ask a manager and say, hey, look, you know, this deal is supposed to be in effect. I was never told any different. Will you honor it? You'd be shocked how many retail managers will honor deals, even some that have expired, if you simply ask. So ask a lot of questions. Talk to the right people. Gather info from the proper sources. The other way is I just ask them while I'm in store. I ask the realtor or the salesperson, you know, what's the best bargain you can offer me? I would love to shop here, but, you know, I'm a little uncomfortable with these prices. Be honest with them. You know, and don't be a cheapskate. Don't be like, well, I'm not paying nothing for that, or, you know, that really nice whatever it is isn't worth all that. Don't talk like that, of course. I mean, you know, you don't want them, you know, thinking that you're just too cheap to spend anything. So, you know, approach the situation in a civil manner, in a manner to where you're just making it clear you're trying to shop smart, which is what you're trying to do. Talk to people that you know who are good with saving money. You know, do you want... I'll put it to you like this. There's an old saying, don't let the blind lead the blind. So if you know that a person is not good with money, it's probably not a good idea to ask them how to save money and how to bargain shop. You know, if they knew how to do that sort of stuff, then they would be good with managing their money, would they not? Of course. So, you know, hook up with a person, a friend, a family member, whatever, you know, a neighbor, whatever, and, you know, if you know they're very skilled with things like that, ask them, how do you do it? So, just like in ninjutsu, you gather information, you find the right sources, you figure out the best way to approach the situation, and then that's what you do. So that is how I got, you know, all three of those aforementioned games for a total of $397, and that is how I find deals. That is how I shop smart. Something else I would advise you to do: go coupon hunting. You know, I can tell you that through ads that you get in the mail, that's your best bet, because they have to honor a lot of that. Of course, then also you can go online and you can find coupons, a lot of which won't really be that good. Some of them are not even really coupons, they don't really work. But if you dig around enough, eventually you will find a good coupon. So you can just coupon dig until you find something that finally works, if you have the patience and the time to do that. I compare coupon hunting online through websites that are not affiliated with the particular retail outlet that you're wanting to buy something from, to be like sifting for gold. A lot of the time you're not going to find anything that's really worth much, but then when you do, it's worth the search. So keep that in mind. If you go online and you try to get coupons from a website that is not affiliated with the store where you're trying to save money or get the bargain. So in other words, if you're wanting to shop on eBay, if you were wanting to shop at Macy's, or if you're wanting to shop at Target, we'll just use those as an example, and you go to some random website that says, yeah, you know, show them this coupon and this barcode or enter this 4-digit code at the time of purchase and you'll save $5. A lot of the time you won't. A lot of the time these codes don't work. A lot of the time they're expired or they're not usable anymore or whatever. But once in a great while you will stumble upon one that is legit. So that's one way to look at it. That is how you shop like a ninja. So if anybody is wondering where I'm at here in the Zelda game, I'm at Death Mountain. Death Mountain is a little different in Zelda 2. You get hit with Death Mountain much earlier than you do in Zelda 1, and actually all the other Zelda games that I am aware I've ever played. Yeah, you really get hit with Death Mountain very, very early in this game. And that is where, you know, having proper power-ups really matters a lot. I'm just kind of exploring around here, powering up where I can. Trying to get my magic power up there. I'm pretty far away from getting my next level up. But I'm slowly chipping it down. Death Mountain is also a very good place to power up. They have very powerful enemies here that offer you a lot of points, experience points, when you beat them. Oh, another thing I can tell you all you can do in order to save money and find bargains is actually talk to stores that have sister stores. For example, the shoe department is actually a part of a shoe carnival up in Dover. They're actually the same entity. So a lot of them will know when the other is holding a sale or when they have coupons. Actually, sometimes they'll honor each other's coupons. So that's another smart thing to do. But last episode, episode 1, focused mostly on GameStop, or video games, excuse me. And in case I didn't mention it, GameStop is the one who runs that Power Up Rewards program. Pretty sure I said that, but just in case I didn't. So if anybody's wondering how I'm going to deal with him, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do it. If you catch him in between axe throws, he is vulnerable. So keep that in mind. There we go. Now these little red creatures here, they do not jump. And a point of advice, when you're fighting the orange crocodile man, swinging the axe, he is much easier to beat if you have the high ground, but low enough to where you can duck and stab him. Watch what happens here. That was my fault. There we go. If you timed that right, you got him. Like I said, catch him in between swings. These little blue ones here, you gotta watch because they jump. And their jumping patterns can be extremely unpredictable. Alright. So I'm early in the game and I'm pretty good and powered up. I mean, this is pretty awesome. Go. Got my health power up pretty good. Nope, he got me. Alright. That's okay, because I wanted to save the game. I'm glad that happened, actually. And like I said, with cartridge games, you gotta cover your back. Save your game as much as you can. A lot of the time you have to die to do that. So, I really wish they had made it different than that. I really wish they had made it so that you could just save whenever. But a lot of cartridge games, older ones, you got to kill yourself. You got to off yourself to save. So Going to put you guys on a brief intermission. Alright, I am back. Thank you very much for your patience. To anybody who's currently watching my stream, thank you very, very much. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to take a brief break from Zelda 2, and I'm going to play Dr. Mario. The original Nintendo here is actually one of my favorite game systems ever made. Okay, I'm gonna have to, yeah. It's going too fast, I just can't. I can't play the game and have any fun if it's that hard and going that fast. I mean, I like games that have a challenge, but not to the point where they're just not fun to play. It's like, I mean, what's the point? And I'm not good enough yet at Dr. Mario to really be able to play at high speeds like that. And I'm not making up excuses, but especially on this controller, maybe if I were playing it on my Game Boy Advance, I could possibly do it, maybe, but with this controller, it's just, that's not happening. Oh, I did that backwards. Oh, I don't know how that just happened. Almost had that. There we go. Oh, dang it. That was stupid. Yeah. I think I can make up for it here, though. Boom, there it is. Yes. There we go. Good deal. And I have got this in the bag. Awesome. Boom. Alright. So I'm going to go back to Zelda now. Okay, so tomorrow is March the 1st. An interesting fact about me, my uncle, Bill, was born on February 29th of a leap year. And then since his birthday was on a leap year, every year there is not always a February 29th. So he would either celebrate his birthday on the 28th or on March the 1st on non-leap years. So, very interesting spin of the wheel there, so to speak. And then sometimes he would celebrate his birthday on the same day as my Oba-san, my grandmother, who was born on March the 1st. Another interesting FYI fact about me, I collect rubber duckies. I have quite an array of rubber duckies. Actually, I'll show you all a few. A couple that I have here, I have my graduation rubber ducky. And then I have, okay, you guys ready for this one? Big surprise here. I have a ninja rubber ducky where you can see a shuriken throwing star on the back of his ninja gi, his ninja uniform. So, watch out. He will ninja kick you. Alright. Alright, here we go. Okay, so if you all were watching my stream a few minutes ago, I actually was very glad that I died because I got to save my game. Keep in mind, if you're playing a straight cartridge game like I am playing here, you're not going to be able to save anywhere you want to. It's not like an emulator. Emulators are good like that because you can save any old place you want. It's a nice little loophole that you can exploit on an emulator, but on a straight cartridge game like what I'm playing right now, you normally cannot do that. Not on an older Nintendo game. That was one of the big catch-22s to them. You usually have to die in order to save, which can really be a pain in the tail. There we go. I'm not going to waste the ferry when I've got, look like 4 out of 5 life bars. I don't really find that necessary. If you're a very overly cautious player, I would say go for it, but I am not. I mean, I'm cautious, but I'm not to the point to where, like, you know, if I've got 5 life bars and only one of them is depleted, I'm not going to go and waste a ferry on that. Now, for those of you who just watched what I did, you're probably going to be saying, hey Mike, I thought you said you wouldn't waste the ferry. I didn't waste the ferry. When you encounter a ferry that is on the map, like in a wooded area or whatever, if you use that ferry, it will be gone for quite a while. If you encounter a ferry randomly when you're on the field, that's different. They just appear randomly and will reappear at any moment. So if the ferry is stationary and inside an area, it'll be gone for a bit. If it's not stationary and randomly appears on the battlefield, then you're good to go. So if any of that makes sense. If I'm not being clear on my descriptions on anything, please bring that to my attention. Sometimes I have trouble explaining what I'm trying to think. If anybody doesn't know me or know this aspect of me, I have Asperger's disorder. So there are times where I'm not verbalizing what I'm thinking properly. And it sounds like I'm rambling, babbling, and I'm not making any sense. I try not to do that. I try to be very aware and in tune with the fact that I do that sometimes. But if that happens, or I'm not making sense with what I'm saying, by all means, tell me. You know, as long as you're not, as long as you're not a jackass about it, I'm not going to get upset. So. Oh, and just a reminder, guys, if anybody joins the chat or whatever, just be nice, be respectful, Just follow basic common courtesies and we won't have any issues. Here we go, Death Mountain. Now, if you're looking to power up, this is a good place to go. Keep your eye on these little blue guys. They like to jump around. They're like a bunch of little Mexican jumping beans. Except they can actually hurt you. Mexican jumping beans can't. And there's no pattern to their jumping that I can pick up on. So, like Octorok here, you know what he's going to do. He's just going to jump, shoot a rock. Jump, shoot a rock. You can easily see his pattern here. But Gorilla has something of a pattern. If you just look where his arm and his hand are aiming, you can see what he's about to do. But with those blue, I think they're called Zol, little creatures here. See, there's really no predictable way to deal with to predict their jumping. Ugh. Now these guys here, catch them in between their axe swings, you'll get them. Jump, and they're going to shoot a rock. Jump, shoot a rock. Jump, shoot a rock. Jump, shoot a rock. And I'm just going to wait until he pops up, and I'm going to hit him. Keep in mind, in this game, when you do a sword stab, you lose your ability to block with your shield. You cannot stab and block like you can in real life. In this game, it's a one-trick pony. You're either doing one or the other. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, here we go. Play it safe. He's gonna hit me. No, actually, he did not hit me on my jump. I thought he was gonna hit me as I was jumping down. He did not. Not entirely sure how that happened. I guess I timed it right. Going the right way here. Don't think I am, no. There we go. I think I'm going the right way here. The biggest difficulty that I find with Death Mountain, honestly, is just simply remembering where to go and how to get there. Go. Right. Nope. I was wrong on that one. I found out something new. You can walk right over these little dips there. I did not know that. I know that you can do that in Mario if you get a running start. But I was not aware that you could do that in this game. No, I did not know this. Okay, I think this is where I need to be going. Yeah. Yeah, definitely use that. I use the life magic if anybody is wondering what I just did, because I did it pretty quickly. Alright. What's it? No? Yes? Am I going the right way or what? Yeah, okay, I am going the right way. I do recall this from the last time I was playing it a few minutes ago. Oh man, that was close. If I had been any closer to the edge of that cliff when he attacked, I'd have been in some trouble. Alright, no? No? Oh. Okay. No? Okay, okay. Yes. Good deal. Lower him down here. There we go. Okay, now I'm getting a little confused. Okay. Okay, to anybody watching my stream, thank you very much. I do greatly appreciate that. Please jump in the chat room. Feel free to ask me questions. Just as long as it isn't anything inappropriate, it's all good. You know, I'll be sure to answer. If you want to suggest a game for me to play, or if you want to offer me some advice on the game that I'm currently playing, that is fine. I do not consider that backseat driving. I mean, I told you that you can make suggestions to me, so it's all good. This area here looks extremely familiar to me from the last round. Alright. here we go. I know I'm in the right place now. So if anybody's wondering what I just did, I used jump magic to get up here. I did life magic as my magic meter was filling up from stabbing the red potion bottle. The red potion bottle completely fills up your magic. The blue bottle only fills it up 1 bar. Keep that in mind. So as I was stabbing the red potion bottle, I hit the life spell, which is a good idea because it will leave you with a little bit of magic left over so that I could activate the shield spell, because I had to fight that red alligator man. And they can, even for me, can be pretty tough. I mean, not tough in terms of, like, it's hard to explain. They just do a lot of damage when they hit you. That's what I'm trying to say. Show you. Okay, see the red potion bottle. I'm going to stab it, and as I do, I'm going to equip life magic, and I'm going to activate it with select. I'm just going to keep hitting select until it goes. Now right there I used my post-hit invincibility to take out that orange alligator man. Boom, just for good measure. I got a potion. Nice. Alright, I'm going to hang out here a little longer until I can get another potion bottle. I'm going to show you guys why, because I want to go into this next area with a little bit of ammo, a little bit of extra oomph. Okay, that should be good enough. Another principle of ninjutsu that would apply to this game: always be prepared. Have a little bit more than what you think you'll need. Be resourceful. Like I said with the alligator men, the orange one, if you hit him in between swings and get the high ground, you got him. Thing with me is I'm powered up pretty good, so I'm pretty resistant against their attacks, so even if he does manage to hit me, it's not going to really hurt me that much. The only enemy in Death Mountain at this point that can really pose any real threat to me is the red alligator men. So good deal. I'm actually going into this area here with full magic meter and life meter, this is even better because I can do that. Oh yes. And even better yet is the fact that I think I'm going to be able to actually power myself up a little bit here before I even finish this area. That would be really cool if I could actually do that. Here we go. Now we're talking. Yes. Am I gonna do it? I think yes. I'm gonna say yes to that because once I hit the third palace, how many palaces are there in this game? I kind of feel embarrassed not knowing that. I've been playing this game for so long, for so many times, you know? You would think a piece of knowledge like that would just be pretty common for me, but I just got the hammer, very handy tool. You can use it to, on the map, crush rocks and trees. That's one thing a lot of people don't know, is you can actually use it to clear out trees. And again, this only works on the map. On the map. You can't really do anything, you can't do anything at all with it during battle sequences like this one. It does nothing. Serves absolutely zero purpose. It's not like the glove. If you look carefully at the bottom part of the inventory here, you'll see that glove. That power glove allows me in battle to smash blocks. Oh boy. I didn't even need it. I didn't even need to give myself the life potion there. Whatever. Good deal. And I get to leave with a full health bar and a full magic bar. That is really awesome. When you gain the downward stab, you will be able to deal with those little guys there. There we go. Alright. Good deal. Okay, now a demonstration of how the hammer works. So you walk up to a rock, like this one. You cannot use it on these type of rocks. So if you're thinking that you can just use the hammer to smash your way through Death Mountain, that's not going to work. Sorry. But you can go over to these round rocks, like this one. Hit the jump button. A. Yeah, hit A button, and boom. There you go. You would think it would be the attack button, but it's not. So, I got myself an extra magic bar by grabbing that potion. There we go. Give me 1 second, guys. I just need to read something here real quick. Alright, so here we go. I am going to be hitting Palace 3 here pretty soon. So some other things about me. If anybody's new to my streams, you haven't seen my previous streams, I am a school teacher. I have a bachelor's degree in social studies with emphasis on human behavior. I always found human behavior to be very fascinating, especially, you know, as a high-functioning autistic person. I could not understand, it's hard to explain. I couldn't understand human behavior, even though I'm human. I could not, I just could not grab human behavior in any way, shape, form, or fashion until my diagnosis at age 24, where I started getting therapy to teach me the basic social skills and understanding of human behavior that regular people just naturally have, and I did not have. So a little info about me on that. That is what made me pursue social studies with emphasis on human behavior at university, at college. I wanted to learn more about my weak spot. You know, I wanted to learn more about the thing that had eluded me for most of my life. And, like I said, I have a bachelor's degree in that field. I have an associate's degree in elementary education with emphasis on special ed and child development. And then I have an associate's degree in social work. And then I have an associate's degree in substance abuse counseling and treatment. And I train in ninjutsu. My training consists of a lot of running for cardio, hitting the heavy bag for cardio and for striking skills. I also dabble in some other martial arts styles like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, karate. I do kobu jutsu, which is weapons. Kobu meaning weapons, jutsu meaning technique. I don't... Oh, I forgot all about that little area there. Okay. I read and I study Japanese language to keep my mind sharp. I also play different memory games. I play mahjong for being able to notice things and point things out. I do a lot of training with weightlifting for strength. I do plyometrics for cardio and for general conditioning. If anybody's unfamiliar with plyometrics, it's doing an exercise as fast as you can for as much as you can before you finally can't do it anymore. So it's like push-ups as fast as you can, as hard as you can before you can't do it anymore. So and then I'll do push-ups until I can't do anymore. and then I'll move to sit-ups until I can't do anymore, and then I'll go to squats until I can't do anymore, as fast as I possibly can. It's excellent for cardio. It's excellent for conditioning. It really helps build up your physique. I do a lot of I do some meditation. I study Buddhism, and there's a lot of Zen teachings in that, like, you know, just being content with what you have, being one with the universe, that type of mindset. I do some parkour. That's another type of training I delve into. I use the acrobatic techniques that I learned in ninjutsu to help me with parkour technique. You know, one kind of helps the other as far as that goes. I also have studied cold reading, which is something that goes along with the human behavior training that I received in college. It's the ability to pretty much just read what a person's thinking or about to do before they really do it. It's just a skill in reading people, which I always wanted to learn that kind of thing because, again, I was so weak socially due to my disability that I wanted to, you know, find ways to compensate for that and to excel past that. While I'm not an expert cold reader by any means, I am fairly good at it. And it's very helpful for your socializing abilities. It really helps you be able to, you know, understand and predict people. A major component of ninjutsu is just simply knowing things. Staying in the loop, knowing stuff without people knowing that you know. Move around undetected. So, the art of invisibility, so to speak. Alright. So, apparently I do need to be going this way. And it looks like all the Octoroks are still dead. Awesome. Cool. Okay, beware of these bubbles. They may look like little bubbles from a bubble bath, but they can actually hurt you. If anybody's in any doubt, I'll demonstrate. There you go. What I think is going on with those bubbles, I think they're from hot water. I think that's how they hurt you. They're from boiling water, and they rise up, and they put a hurting on you. So here we go. Be careful with these guys, they can really hurt you. Oh wow, there's my favorite guy right there, Mr. Red Crocodile. I need the fairy magic to get up there, which I do not have at the moment. So, alright, and that is fine. That is fine. Good. There we go. I like the scenery here. This is very cool. It kind of reminds me of Castlevania. So I'm going to head up here to the village. There's a village right there. I'm going to hit the girl who gives you life power back. No one is here but a church bell. No one is here but a church bell will ring. That's eerie. What we got here? The Island Palace in the south has a raft. Here we go. It's always good when you see this basin here. When you jump, press downward. Yes, the downward stab. Very handy weapon here, I'll show you. Right there. See how I'm stabbing downward? Very handy tool. You can get multiple hits. You can attack enemies that are otherwise unreachable. Very handy move. Arguably the most handy move in the game. That is a non-spell move. Here we go. We got the lady who gives you magic. Boom. Alright. My daughter is sick. Help her. She needs that magic elixir that you have to get in the island maze. And I don't have the raft. No. Okay. Okay, another handy thing that the hammer can do is I just smash that rock. But watch what happens. I come right up here. Boom. I'm back to where the game begins. Just like that. I don't have to go through Death Mountain ever again if I don't want to. I am going to go here. Check this area out. Remember that multiple hit thing I was telling you about? Right there. Boom, a container heart. Okay, nice. That is great. Very helpful tool to get. And those little sparky looking things that crawl on the ground. See what just happened? I used that downward thrust. I was trying to use it on him just right there. I'll show you. There we go. These two clowns here. See that? You can actually counter the blue Zol's jumping with your own jumping. I'll demonstrate one more time in case anybody wants to see it again. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So these little guys here that hop up and down like that, I'd recommend just timing it and stabbing them. But the Zol enemy, I would highly recommend a jump downward stab. They're not a particularly powerful enemy, but they're just very difficult in the sense that their movement patterns are very unpredictable. So they can't really hurt you that bad, but they can just really, especially if they're in numbers and you can't predict what they're going to be doing next, you know, those hits start to add up, especially early in the game. And if you're not careful, you know, they can, in fact, kill you. So show you another example of what they can do right there. That downward stab can do very handy against these sand strikers here. If anybody's curious about that creature that I just killed, there is actually a real life counterpart to this creature here that lives at the bottom of the ocean floor. They are called sand strikers. It is a real life animal. It is a worm. They're also called the bobbit worm. And they look and attack a lot like those worms that I was just fighting. True story. So a little marine science lesson for anybody interested. That's right here. Now, with these floating eyeballs that I was just fighting, one thing that really comes in handy is when you can do the upward stab and the downward stab against them. I only have the downward stab, so I'm a little bit limited how I can attack them. I think I'm to the point now where I can use life with it. Yes. Without it completely killing my magic bar. Good deal. This is King's turn. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what is my next area here? Oh, here we go, here we go. Harbor town of Mita. guys, I'm going to put you on an intermission here for a second. Alright, thank you for your patience on that. Had to take a second to read something. Had an email I wanted to check out, and also I wanted to pull up a map of Zelda to make sure I wasn't missing anything. And I wasn't, but it hit me. There was one rock that I haven't messed with yet. It came to me as I was looking at the map, because as I looked at the map, I saw this rock here. And then I saw these rocks up here. Boom, boom, like that. Then, you know, I started thinking, the gears started turning. There is another rock. One that I haven't messed with yet. And it is all the way back here. You know, as much as I love the Utz cheese puffs here, one thing I hate about them is they get your fingers really dirty. This stuff is hard to get off. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, yes, there is one here I haven't messed with. So I'm going to tell you the reason why that's critical to the game. Because if I'm recalling correctly, I'm pretty sure I am, I'm like 98% sure of this, because there is no other way to get this that I'm aware of, and I have played this game a lot. The water of life is actually in here, and that is what that woman's sick daughter needs. And I'm pretty sure she is the one who grants you it's either her or her father grants you the the fairy magic, and you really need that to get through this game. Fairy magic is weird in the sense that you can't attack with it, but you can get into areas that are normally not accessible. So, right there. Boom, that is it. Yes. See, earlier, it didn't hit me to go back to that because I was pretty well and far past it by the time I got the hammer. And because, for some reason or another, I mistook it for an area that had a potion, like a magic meter increase. Like I said, the hammer is a very handy tool. You can really navigate the map a lot better with the hammer than you can without it. It saves you from having to go through a lot of unnecessary stuff. So, at any rate, okay, it is getting a little bit late on me here, so I am going to unfortunately have to end the stream. I'm sorry. I hope that everybody liked my my rehashing of the first episode of Shop Like a Ninja. I'm gonna have another episode of that up pretty soon, probably in my next stream. I'm going to go over how I get clothes at discount prices. So I've went over video games, so I'm going to hit clothes next. That's going to be my next area of discussion. So, how am I going to end this stream effectively without it taking forever? Of course, I'm going to have to kill myself, unfortunately. One good area to do that would be... no, not here. It'll be right over here. Anybody's asking me why this is a good place to off yourself, it's because you can do that. You can just jump into the lava pit, you're done. And again, if anybody has missed my streams or did not catch it when I said this, with cartridge games, older cartridge games, you cannot save any old place you want. That's one downside to them. You have to usually kill yourself in order to be able to save your game. And when you've made all the progress I've made, you definitely want to save your game. Even if you haven't made a lot of progress and you've just made a little, you still want to save your game. Saving games is very important. It's like when you're doing work, like if you're doing a paper for school, you want to always hit save on Microsoft Word as you do it, because if your computer crashes or you get a blue screen of death or something, your work can be lost forever. So, no different with the game. You know, save as much as possible. Alright guys, so I sincerely hope everybody really enjoyed my stream. I should be back on tomorrow night. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be. Again, thank you very, very much if you tuned in. Please spread the word about my channel, about Ninja Sub Gaming. You can access my channel through two different ways. That is twitch.tv/ninjasubgaming or through www.ninjasubgaming.com. All one word, ninjasubgaming.com. It'll take you right here to my streams. You know, I'm very serious about streaming. I would like to be able to do it on a broader scale, to the point to where I could get monetized, to the point to where people could subscribe, not just follow me, but also subscribe to my channel, send me subs. You know, I would like to do it on a serious scale to get paid to do it. I would love to do that. So if you could spread the word again, that would be awesome. I really appreciate all my viewers and fans. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to have to leave it at that. And I should see you tomorrow. おやすみなさい。どうもありがとうございます。